Hey guys, and today I'm gonna talk about busy envelope no module from Nysthi, still not in this library, but I hope will soon, and I will link in the description to download it from Nysthi GitHub. So it's basically a MC envelope generator, so it's fully configurable. Every stage of your envelope would configurable, and it has two modes, 2 volts modes, bipolar and unipolar. Unipolar best for VC and unipolar for whatever has an anti-inverter on board on separately as this 8-word. Zoom modes, but I found 100% personally doing things well. And envelope time range, this is interesting one, so you can set from too slow to too high near the audio rate. And this is a loop button, and the duration of the envelope best to see on the long one. Let's drag it in. As you can see, now it's 4 seconds. It has an end of cycle output as well, which is very useful, one trick I want to show you a bit later, and envelope output. So you can see the same thing is drawing on this amazing display. So what can you do with this envelope? Actually, a lot of things, and gonna show you some I very like personally by myself. So this envelope can be triggered by, for example, manual gate. Just plug some trigger in and press it. No gate is needed, just short trigger, like this short one, and this is good. In the end you will always get end of cycle output, so that means you can trick this another envelope after the first one will going through, and even set some gate merge module to trick this first envelope cyclically and the second one as well. So let's try it out. So the first trigger coming in, and trigger receives to another envelope, and now it should be sent as well on the first one. So that generates some sequence between envelopes, and I think it would be useful for doing some envelope sequence or that style. But here is another trick to do, and this is more works like an envelope. So you can loop just one busy envelope, set desirable duration, and don't forget to trick it in, because this is actually a looped envelope, not eternal generated low frequency oscillator. And also this means after loading the patch file, you also need to trick it in, but there is a module like a book audio manual with this settings trigger on load, can just load in, send a trigger after loading the project, and it will be pretty useful to activate loop LFO mode. So we've got end of cycle, still end of cycle output, and I will show you how to do seamless LFO at first. So as you can see, busy expand can also work with busy envelope, as in the broader busy mapper, and just send a fixed voltage to node 1, which is here, and node 3, both of Y axis, the same voltage, and you can see this controlling the same. So in practice you will get a seamless envelope loop, which is pretty cool. We'll get something like that, or let's try just straightforward line here. And you will see it just worked perfect. And the thing is in using end of cycle output in there. So let's see, you need to set your first LFO sequence to 4 seconds and this kind of envelope generator. So just set up your 8-phase and save the first preset, then slightly change it over time, for example, and over some those Bezier curves, and also save those and just change the node position here and set it like that. Reduced amount of triggering slot and just drive it with end of cycle output. Yeah, so you can get such as sequencing LFOs, and they will be seamlessly because it controls by external constant voltage like that. So this is my trick and I hope it will be perfect working for you. This is how it sounds like, for example. Not an obvious example, but I think it would be useful for kind of slow, ambient, but still predefined compositions. It's not so much random, but without those fixable cycling LFO around all the batch. As you can see, there's no clicks and no need to just adding another slew limiter. And yeah, don't forget that this thing has a 6 nodes mode. And you can also switch between them using a presets like 8-phase. So here, yeah, let's try this in some kind of techno patch. So let's start with the kick drum, as always. So let's bring our clock in there, run it. So let's delete 8-phase and initialize busy envelope. And let's trigger it every 4th divider. And let's create some movement here. Let's increase on duration envelope. I think it would be work nice on the decay movement. Let's increase our envelope. Let's remove those seamless features as well. It's very useful to see what's going on with your busy envelope without using any scope, and you will be visually connecting with those busy envelope action like in just fancy synth like Serum, stuff like that. Okay, let's continue with adding some hi-hats. Let's duplicate a busy envelope. Let's increase the duration. Let's choose another mode for that. In this case, when duration is longer, that's incoming trigger in, so you will every time send the trigger and reset your envelope, which can be pretty cool. You can just use the node switcher like a preset, as I said before. Let's send another one. So also triggered in. Let's add Boolean logic. That's some main hi-hat to that. So we can share the same trick and just set envelope as we like to look. Another nice way to use envelope, I think it's on some one note stuff, but need to be pitched like some cool basses, you know. So let's add some, let's try to do something. And let's drive it pitch here. And since it's fully controllable, you can easily set up any pitch bend stuff you like. Nice too. Good for some kind of techno. So let's try some sequence. Try to add as modular and clock it pretty faster, or with using a gate sequencer. So reset that. Okay, let's try this out. Let's try some busy envelope. I'm surprisingly in pitch with that pitch bended bass, as far as I can hear in my headphones. So let's think about how we should clock this busy envelope. Let's try this gate. So you can see it has a different length here. And this is interesting. And nice working actually. This envelope just set and forget, you know, and then modulate doing some sequence. Can be easily automated with 8-phase, of course, or modulate with the expander and these nice bladder with expand. So if you place them like that, you will get an inverter for inputs like this. So you can just add some LFO and to slightly modulate this note Y position. So as you can see, it's too high. Let's slow it up first, but at second let's just decrease the scale of this input voltage. Let's concentrate on the sound of the sleep. It's changing, of course. Let's try another LFO and doing the same stuff. So it's amazing, it's morphing envelope right now, and we can easily hear the changes in the sound. That's pretty cool. Let's try the decay envelope. This envelope for the modulation of FM. Nice. Let's try to add some percussion as well to change some of the parameters. Let's add this envelope and let's drive it just with a regular clock and experimenting with duration here. So yeah, I think that was enough for demonstrating what the envelope can. I think it's very cool module, especially for people who want to precise control of what their CV signals is actually doing. So you can get this module on the link in the description below on GitHub. Just choose the right operation system you work on, and you can get this patch on my Patreon. And thank you for support, guys, and for watching, and see you next time.